It's that time. This is your Seattle Housing Market Watch. Hey everyone, it is Wednesday, November 20th, and this is your Seattle Housing Market Watch for this week. Let's jump right into the mortgage news to start this week off. According to Mortgage News Daily, today the 30-year fixed rate is at 7.05. That's up just 0.01% from yesterday. Really has not come down since last week. In fact, it's gone up a little bit. Last week, I believe it was right around 7.03. So we are seeing that go up a little bit. So obviously when the Fed cut the rate, that did not have a huge impact on the mortgage rate because these two are not directly related. Again, the mortgage interest rate typically follows the 10-year treasury yield, whereas the Fed rate actually impacts short-term debt like credit card debt, car loans, and even home equity lines of credit. So they're not exactly correlated. This rate, the 7.05, is more an indication of the economy as a whole, as opposed to just that Fed interest rate. So something to be aware of. The 15-year fixed rate is at 6.41%. That is down a little bit. So if you're thinking about a shorter term loan for your home, or if you can make higher payments per month, that might be something to think about for yourself. The 30-year jumbo rate is at 7.22, and then FHA and VA are down below 6.5. Now, this does not mean that you cannot get into a home for a lower rate, lower than 7%. In fact, we have had clients who have negotiated a seller concession or a seller credit, which isn't talked about a lot, that helps you buy down your rate. And so that is something where we've seen people get into 5.75% rates on a condo purchase, even just last month. So that's definitely something to think about. If you are thinking about getting into the market, if you're thinking about buying, that's really a good strategy and tactic at this point right now, because there is so much on the market right now. The best deals can often be found during the holidays because there are fewer buyers out looking. So if you're a buyer thinking about that, this is something that you may want to consider. Now, a little story. I like to do a bit of a story about what's going on in the market. We just listed a townhome, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Capitol Hill. This week, it's just under $990,000. We had pretty good activity for this time of year. We had, 3 to 4 buyers through the property this weekend, and then we had one interested party. We also had another showing. Now, for this time of year, you think the market may be slow, but if you have a unique product, this one is a bit unique with the outdoor spaces, you can get some traction. So there are still people out looking, and that's definitely indicated by the market stats. So let's talk about the market stats for Seattle this week. So the number of new listings is up by 14. We saw 365 new listings hit the market this week between residential homes and condos, and that's up 14 from last week at 351. So we are seeing listings consistently come on the market. It's not going up a lot, but there is some consistency there. Now with pending listings, these are down. The ones that are going under contract, down 24 this week. So 590 pending listings this week. And that's down from 614 last week. So the number of pending homes is still higher than the number of new listings, which means that a lot of the existing homes that were already listed are going under contract now. So we have this surplus of homes that are available, but they are going under contract at a rate that's higher than what's being listed currently in any given week. And so we've seen this for about the past 3 weeks. This is important to note because it does show that buyers are still out there in the market and they're still looking. So if you are a seller and you want to get your home on the market, there are still buyers out there that are taking homes off the market, putting them under contract. So this is something that you could consider if you're thinking about selling. Now, this rate is probably going to go up quite a lot in January. We've talked about this before. But as soon as we get to January, people are thinking about their new year plans. They're thinking about getting into new schools, potentially making that move. They're also thinking about taxes. And so these are all reasons that we do see a little bit of a rush in January, February for new buyers who are coming into the marketplace. So if you're thinking about selling, that's definitely something you want to consider. Now, the number of sold listings is up just 17 this week at 489. That's up from 472 last week. So this is a good number to track. We're seeing more listings sold than we are new listings on the market. So again, that inventory that we see on the market is getting absorbed, and that's something to pay attention to, both as a buyer and a seller. For buyers, you have a lot of inventory right now that you can choose from. Like I said, the holidays can be the best time to get a great deal. For sellers, you need to make sure that your property is dialed in, that you're pricing correctly and presenting correctly, because you have a lot of competition, but these numbers show you that buyers are out there and they're still looking. So this is a little bit about what's going on in the market right now. This is your Seattle housing market watch. If you have any questions, or if you're like other clients that we've helped from YouTube, feel free to reach out to us by text or email. We can start strategizing your home purchase or your home sale. I like to tell people it's never too early to talk, but if you're thinking about making a move in the next 6 to 12 months, it's important to start the strategy sooner rather than later so we can get all the pieces in place before we get to your goals. So reach out today. We'd love to help you. And thanks for tuning in. If you like this, please comment, subscribe, and like the video, or even better, share it with someone who you know who's in the market. We'll see you again next time.